Greetings. We continue today and conclude the study of the sixth bowl judgment from Revelation 16, verses 12 through 16. Now, some dispute the valley adjoining Mount Carmel is large enough to accommodate the numbers of soldiers the Word of God declares will participate in this battle. A fellow named Alexander the Great once passed through there, conquering the world, and as he passed through the valley, he observed this would be a great place for a battle. But we want to go to the Word of God, and I suppose people who say that haven't bothered to understand Zechariah chapter 14, 1 through 13. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravished. And half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. Then shall the Lord go forth and fight against those nations as when he fought in the day of battle. And his feet shall stand in that day upon the Mount of Olives, which is before Jerusalem on the east, and on the Mount of Olives shall cleave in the midst thereof toward the east and toward the west. And there shall be a very great valley, and half the mountain shall remove toward the north, and half of it toward the south. And you shall flee to the valley of the mountains, for the valley of the mountains shall reach unto Azel, yea, ye shall flee, like as ye fled from before the earthquake in the days of Uzziah, king of Judah. And the Lord thy God shall come, and all the saints with thee. And it shall come to pass in that day that the light shall not be clear nor dark, but it shall be one day which shall be known to the Lord, not night nor day, but it shall come to pass that at evening time it shall be light. And it shall be in that day that the living waters shall go out of Jerusalem, half of them toward the former sea, and half of them toward the hinder sea. In the summer and the winter shall it be. And the Lord shall be king over all the earth. And in that day there shall be one Lord, and his name one. And all the land shall be turned as the plain from Gibeah to Rimmon south of Jerusalem, and it shall be lifted up and inhabited in her place. From Benjamin's gate unto the place of the first gate, unto the corner gate, and from the tower of Hananiah unto the king's winepresses. And men shall dwell in it, and there shall be no more utter destruction, but Jerusalem shall be safely inhabited. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord shall smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from the Lord shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor.